In December 1872, a British ship sailing near Portugal stumbled upon a chilling sight. Drifting silently in the Atlantic Ocean was the Mary Celeste, a merchant vessel that had departed from New York City just weeks earlier. But as the British crew approached, they realized something was terribly wrong. The Mary Celeste appeared to be in perfect condition. Her sails were partly set, catching the ocean breeze. The cargo hold was filled with untouched barrels of alcohol. There was plenty of food and fresh water on board. The crew's personal belongings and clothes were neatly stored in their quarters. Even the captain's logbook contained regular entries up until just 10 days prior. But despite all these signs of normalcy, there wasn't a single soul to be found on the ship. The captain, his wife, their young daughter, and 7 experienced crew members had vanished without a trace. It was as if they had simply evaporated into thin air, leaving behind an eerie ghost ship adrift on the vast ocean. As investigators combed through the Mary Celeste, they found more questions than answers. The ship's only lifeboat was missing, suggesting the crew might have abandoned ship. But why would they do such a thing? The weather had been clear and calm. There was no damage to the vessel, no signs of a struggle or violence. A sword was discovered on board, but it bore only rust, not blood. Over the years, theories about the Mary Celeste's fate have multiplied like fish in the sea. Some pointed to pirates, but that made little sense. Nothing of value had been stolen, and the cargo remained intact. Others suggested a mutiny, but the crew had no apparent motive to turn against their captain. A more plausible theory emerged that perhaps alcohol fumes from the cargo had leaked, causing the crew to fear an explosion. In a panic, they may have fled to the lifeboat only to be lost at sea. But the human imagination rarely stops at the mundane when faced with such a baffling mystery. While their theories began to surface, each more fantastical than the last. Some claimed the Mary Celeste had fallen victim to a giant sea monster, its tentacles plucking the crew from the deck in one fell swoop. Others whispered of supernatural forces. Perhaps the ship had sailed through a portal, transporting its occupants to another dimension. And in our modern era, even alien abductions have been proposed as a potential explanation for the crew's disappearance. To this day, the fate of the Mary Celeste and her crew remains one of the most haunting maritime mysteries in history. It's a tale that sends shivers down the spine of even the most seasoned sailors. How could a perfectly seaworthy ship with ample supplies and no signs of distress simply lose its entire crew in the blink of an eye? The Mary Celeste stands as a testament to the vast unknowns that still exist in our world, even in an age of advanced technology and constant surveillance. It reminds us that the ocean, covering over 70% of our planet, still holds secrets we may never fully unravel. As we ponder the mystery of the Mary Celeste, we're left with more questions than answers. What terror or phenomenon could have been so sudden, so overwhelming, that it caused an experienced crew to abandon a perfectly good ship? What became of the missing lifeboat and its occupants? And if they did leave voluntarily, why didn't they take any supplies with them? The story of the Mary Celeste continues to captivate our imaginations, inspiring countless books, movies, and theories. It's a reminder of the thin line between the known and the unknown, the explicable and the mysterious. In a world where we often feel we have all the answers at our fingertips, the Mary Celeste stands as a humbling reminder that some questions may forever remain unanswered. So, the next time you find yourself gazing out at the vast expanse of the ocean, take a moment to ponder the Mary Celeste. Somewhere out there, the ghosts of her crew may still be sailing, forever lost in the mists of maritime legend. What do you think really happened on that fateful voyage? The answer, like the crew themselves, remains lost at sea.